Hi everyone, how are you doing? This is Professor Adriano. I'm a physical therapist with a master's degree and currently a PhD student in physical activity and health at the Federal University of Parana. And today I'm here to give you 3 quick exercise tips for people who have had COVID-19, okay? It wasn't really my plan to post a video with tips related to COVID-19 at this time, but there were some requests, some messages from people who had COVID-19 in its milder forms, right? But who still feel pretty weak after going through the illness, you know? So they ended up with a significant loss of muscle strength, right? They had trouble breathing during this process. They were extremely fatigued. So now they have a hard time even walking around the house, you know? I got a lot of messages about this, right? And people have been reaching out to me, writing to ask what could be done to help with this, you know? So here are 3 tips to help us regain some muscle strength and a bit more control and comfort with breathing right now, okay? We know that COVID-19 can cause some respiratory complications, especially, right? And it can make our lungs go through a process, you know, often similar to what happens to someone who had pneumonia, even if it didn't actually get to that point, right? So, we're going to share 3 exercise tips. The first will be a breathing exercise focused on lung re-expansion, you know, on spreading air throughout the entire lung, which will help the body become more oxygenated, okay? The second will be an exercise for trunk control while sitting, because a lot of people have said, "Doctor, I have trouble sitting up. Sometimes I'm lying down and I feel muscle weakness," right? So before we get back to walking and having more independence in daily life activities, it's very important that we're able to recover the more proximal muscles, the muscles needed to sit up, to lie down independently, okay? So, here's an exercise to strengthen the trunk muscles, the deeper abdominal muscles here, alright? And the third exercise will be for strengthening the lower limbs, as well as the trunk muscles, the abdominal muscles there too, and the glutes as well, okay? These are exercises that some of you probably already know, but when applied specifically to people who had COVID-19, especially in this milder form that didn't require intubation or mechanical respiratory support, right? They're going to be really easy and quick to do in your daily routine, which is the whole idea of our channel here, okay? So pay attention to these 3 tips we're about to share next. So the first exercise we can do, related to the respiratory system, is an exercise we call pulmonary re-expansion. With this, we're going to help the lung structures that receive less oxygen during this period, whether due to muscle weakness or some breathing difficulty, get more oxygen, right? So we can start by placing our hands here on the chest area, right over the lungs, okay? So what are we going to do? We're going to inhale in 2 steps. So we'll breathe in, count 1 second, and then exhale through the mouth. So inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth, alright? So the exercise would be as follows. Take a deep breath in, and then gently release. Inhale again, hold your breath for a moment, and then slowly release. Alright? Remember to stay relaxed and focus on your breathing throughout the exercise. This exercise can be repeated about 5 to 7 times at first, while you're regaining that muscle strength, that respiratory muscle strength, which is common to be weaker. It's normal to feel a little dizzy at the beginning, and it's normal to have a bit of trouble breathing, okay? So you'll do it progressively. Each day you'll add 1 or 2 more repetitions, okay? And the second exercise, folks, that we can do for people who have had COVID-19, for you who had COVID-19, or someone you know, we can do it to help recover trunk balance, like we talked about, that trunk musculature that usually ends up being affected, okay? So the exercise we can do is, while sitting, cross your arms over your chest, and then what are we going to do? We're going to lean to one side and then to the other. It seems really simple, but for anyone who has some kind of deficit or difficulty with trunk balance, or any weakness in those muscles, it's going to be challenging, okay? As it gets easier, you can keep challenging yourself by leaning further to each side, alright? So, if it's too hard at first, you can keep one hand on each side for support, and then lean to one side and then to the other. This will work your postural muscles, those muscles that are made up of slower twitch fibers, right? These also need to be worked on so that we have better sitting balance, and this will make it easier for us to regain walking and standing balance more independently down the road. And the third exercise we can do to strengthen the lower limbs, abdominal muscles, and the muscles in the back of the hip area is the hip lift movement, right? So, this movement is used a lot. We can do it by lifting the hips, exhaling at the same time, counting 1, 2, 3, and then lowering back down. You can repeat this exercise several times, right? Start with 3 to 5 repetitions at first, okay? Then, as you build up more endurance, you can do more repetitions. After about a week or 2 of practicing the exercises, okay? So lift up, count 1, 2, 3, and lower back down, alright? 3 simple tips, 3 quick tips that you can start using in your daily routine right away, okay? You can already do them now along with us in the video. Don't forget to share this video with anyone you know who had COVID-19, or with someone who has a family member who had COVID-19, okay? Make sure to share this, subscribe to the channel, because we'll be posting more and more health guidance and practical tips that we can use in our daily lives, alright? See you in the next videos. Leave your comment below so we can keep building more and more quality information. Take care, and see you in the next videos.